Hello everyone and welcome to Guiding Star Tarot. So happy to have you here. I hope you're all doing well. Today's PickACard reading is about what is next in your career. There are 3 piles for you to choose from. This is pile number 1 with the red Jasper crystal. Pile number 2 with the tiger's eye crystal. Alright. And pile number 3 with the amethyst crystal. Just choose the pile that you feel the most drawn to, and after done choosing, you can skip ahead to your reading using the timestamps in the description box below. But before we get started, please take a quick moment to hit like and also to subscribe to the channel for more readings like this in the future. And for those of you interested in the decks that I'll be using for today, you'll find them all linked in the description box so you can check them out. And without further ado, let's just get started with the readings. Hello my dear pile number 1, and welcome to your reading to everyone who were drawn to the red Jasper crystal, as well as who were drawn to the first card with the camel. So let's take a look at what is next in your career, pile number 1. The card says, persevere and you will overcome problems. So I feel like those of you that were drawn to pile number 1, you're experiencing some obstacles, some resistance, or even some challenges, when it comes to your career path. Let's say some of you might want to start a business. Some of you might be wanting to make maybe social media your own, kind of business and, work outlet. And for some of you, it might be just in your job, maybe you're experiencing some struggles, okay? And I feel like it's in regards to a certain goal that you feel like you've had really slow progress with, and Spirit is advising and encouraging you, pile number 1, to keep going, to keep persevering, because although the progress might seem slow, it is going to be the one that you desire. You're going to get to where you desire to be. You're going to succeed. It's going to be worth it, and you're on the right path, okay? Sometimes we're moving slower towards a certain direction because there are some lessons throughout that path that we might need to learn. Or even looking back, a lot of times it's just we're kind of grateful for some things that they went the way they did because of course it thought as something really important along the line. But just as an advice, or just as an encouragement from Spirit for you in terms of your career, pile number 1, keep persevering because you will overcome these problems. And I feel like what is next in your career in terms of answering to that question, kind of in a simple answer, there is a solution, there is an opportunity, or there is progress towards overcoming these issues and achieving your goal, okay? So I really feel that for you. Now let's take a look at your oracles, pile number 1, and see more about what is next in your career. Okay. So let's see what you have. Finding sanctuary, and it says opening to your spiritual source. All right. Great adventure. And it says take a risk, venture forward. Ooh, so I love that you have this card which says venture forward. So it's again an encouragement from Spirit for you, pile number 1, to keep moving forward, to keep going with whatever path you've chosen, with whatever goal you are striving towards, with whatever accomplishment or milestone you're kind of working towards, okay? So if it is getting a certain position, if it is getting degree, if it is maybe getting a different kind of skill, right? Attaining a different skill, maybe taking a course, maybe starting your own business, maybe just posting and trying to do social media, whatever this is, you're going to succeed, pile number 1. And what is next in your career is you finding your sanctuary, as in you finding yourself in that position where you're currently dreaming of being, okay? So you're going to accomplish that. Whatever you have in your mind, just close your eyes, pile number 1, picture and envision that dream in your career, that is happening for you, okay? That is going to materialize. And it says opening to a spiritual source. So I feel that you're also going to, throughout this journey, you're going to start to experience more openness when it comes to like whatever, you know, divine source you choose to believe into. Like maybe you're going to be, as I said, learning a lot of things about yourself throughout your career journey, throughout like this path and these obstacles. Like you're going to be learning a lot about yourself in terms of how to navigate life, how to navigate certain situations. And I feel like this path is also helping you grow on a spiritual and personal level, okay? And I feel also here with great adventure. For some of you, you might be feeling a bit stuck. Like these obstacles that I'm talking about can be even your internal inner fears, limiting beliefs that are standing in your way. And Spirit is advising to take a risk, right? To take that risk, to take that leap of faith, because you're going to land on the success that you're dreaming of. And it's important to persevere and to venture forward and to not let these limitations stop you or hold you back from achieving your true potential, okay? Also with great adventure, for some of you, this might imply traveling. This might imply starting a new life abroad, somewhere else with your career. And for others, this might be like opening up a business, like starting to post if social media, you know, is your dream career. And here when you have opening to a spiritual source, I feel that by finding this courage and finding this confidence within you to keep going forward and to persevere, you're also going to open towards receiving the abundance, the wealth, the prosperity, and the blessings coming in from the universe, okay? So I feel openness goes hand in hand with this confidence and this kind of perseverance, because remaining open to opportunities, remaining open to ideas, to what offers and what opportunities universe might bring in your path, okay? And taking that opportunity, having the confidence to keep venturing forward, although it might seem like a leap of faith or like a great adventure kind of, right? Like it feels kind of the energy of stepping out of your comfort zone for you when it comes to career, pile number one, but it's definitely gonna be worth it, okay? Let's pull some other cards for pile number one about what is next in your career, pile number one. What is next in pile number one's career? Wow. Okay, let's see one more. I said wow because you have persistent drive. So you've got here, you've got here persevere, and you've got persistent drive. It's just like the same word, but just worded differently, right? And it says here, it's just like really small written. See what you desire and move towards that goal. It is time to zero in on your purpose. Use your intuition, hence opening up to the divine source, to the spiritual source, right? And instinct to guide you for the optimal outcome. Wow. So again, with this openness and finding sanctuary, it could be that next in your path, in your career, alongside moving forward towards your goal and being persistent and keeping that drive, keeping that motivation, keeping that momentum going, right, for you, I feel like it's really important to also keep openness in terms of intuition, where your intuition is guiding you, what your inner voice and inner sense of purpose is guiding you. And I feel like next in your career, you're going to be finding that you're going to be connecting more than ever with your intuition, with your internal force, with your internal drive, and also with your inner guide, right? Inner guiding voice. And I feel like only through that you're going to be finding such an incredible level of peace within you, such an incredible level of stability, internal stability, inner balance, feeling more grounded, feeling more secure. and confident that is coming from within, which is going to help shift things onto the outside world as well. Okay. So basically, I see you moving towards what you truly desire, moving towards that goal, and to follow that sense of purpose, okay? And finding guidance within you. Like Spirit is advising again, when in need of guidance, like connect to yourself, come back to yourself, to your intuition, to your inner voice, okay? And you've got every step counts. I love this. You've got the camel, which is describing a slower paced progress, right? And it might seem like it's so slow, that to the point where you're feeling like you're not making any progress, but actually Spirit is kind of like comforting you, but more than comforting, it's more like reassuring you that every step counts, okay? And it says there is an advantage in taking things slowly. I told you, looking back, you're gonna be like, I understand why things happen in this kind of way, right? Breathe deeply and fully as you consider your options. As you're considering your options and you're using your internal intuition and voice for guidance, and considering like the options and what is the best path for you, and what is the best decision, what is the best like kind of idea, steps that you're going to take, right, in planning and all that, is important to always go back to your internal kind of compass, right? And by breathing deeply, by being like really present, by tuning in inwards, by connecting to, and opening up to a spiritual source, you're finding that sanctuary, you're finding that, peace, breathe, and be able to make the right decisions and to feel more confident and to find that inspiration as well. All right, let's take a look at your tarot cards now, pile number 1, and see more about what is next in your career. Okay, so you've got the Knight of Wands. You also have 6 of Swords. All right. And I love that you've got these 6 of Swords as well as this card. These both cards represent a ship. So I see here with adventure and this ship, like you might be going through a transition, you might be traveling per se, or you might be like leaving something behind and move towards a different direction. So again, some of you might leave your job because your intuition, your inner sense of purpose is calling you towards something else, something bigger, such as opening up your own business, such as doing social media, such as doing maybe a creative outlet. Depending on how that resonates, of course. I'm just giving some examples, okay? You've got the Judgment, which is literally about using your own sense of judgment, your own intuition, your own inner compass. And I feel like it's also about, moving slowly. Sometimes I feel, and in case for you, pile number 1, is going to be important. And there's an advantage in taking things slowly for you, especially because you have more kind of awareness, and like things are not moving at a high speed, so you can understand things a little bit better and kind of reflect over everything and process everything in order to make that important decision, okay, in considering your options. 4 of Swords, and I'm gonna pull one more tarot card for you, and then I'm going to address each card, because I didn't address that. Knight of Wands. Let's see for pile number 1. Okay, you've got 2 cards coming out. Wow, the High Priestess. I understand why you had 2 cards. And also the 3 of Cups. So the High Priestess is literally talking about this inner sanctuary, finding your sanctuary, and being more in tune with yourself, following your intuition, being more aware, and also like moving forward on your career more intentionally, right? That is also there. Again, I feel for a lot of you in career, something that you're feeling driven towards might be to pursue a creative outlet. I kept saying that. So something that includes your creativity, your imagination. You might be a water star sign. Doesn't have to be. You might be having a water star sign like importantly in your chart, might be. But I feel that there is this energy of you kind of, understanding better where you want to be heading towards in your career, right? And again, it can be something creative that you want to pursue, and that kind of being where you're feeling drawn towards. And I feel with the Four of Swords, this is card of feeling like you're a bit stuck, feeling a bit like things are moving really slow. But again, this is Spirit saying that use this time, okay, in your favor. Take advantage of this time. Some of you might be feeling like you're during a break. Maybe you're in between jobs. Maybe you're like, you just left uni or like studies and you're kind of lost and you're feeling stuck and you're like, okay, what's next? Some of you might be, you know, just like kind of doing a career shift and you're like, might be in between and be like, what's next, right? So that is your opportunity. This is your opportunity, pile number one, to really take time and reflect over, you know, everything, to really like think things through and to like find what really matters to you and what you really want to be doing. And I sense that what is next in your career, you're going to be finding that, okay? And Knight of Wands, you're going to be finding also your inspiration back. You're going to be finding what you're actually passionate about. Some of you might be feeling lost just because you don't know precisely what you want to be doing. You might not be necessarily in between jobs or whatever situations. You might be just at the beginning stage of your career and you might be like, but what do I want to do, right? And in any case, this can apply like, but what am I like drawn to? Like, what are my passions? And I feel like take advantage of this. I feel like there's a break for you in terms of your career before that big progress. And it's kind of like a slow progress up until then, but the progress is going to be happening first internally, like finding out what you're passionate about, finding out what you're feeling driven, what motivates you and all that. And I see you finding that. And I feel also that you're either going to be celebrating like a big kind of progress in your career, such as like the change in itself and kind of like the realization in itself and the shift, you know, towards a different direction. This might be like celebrating starting your own business, maybe celebrating that first milestone, that first step, which every step counts. That is going to give you a sense of fulfillment. This might be also being part of like a great collaboration, a great partnership, maybe teaming up with some people, you know, career-wise. That is going to feel really fulfilling, okay? This might mean that in case you're wondering where you're going to get support from people, that is also a yes. If your family is going to support you, also a yes. So depending on how that resonates, okay? Or finding your people, your soul tribe, okay? So pile number one, this is everything that I have for you today about what is next in your career. I really hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, don't forget to hit like and also subscribe to the channel for more readings like this. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sending you so much love and blessings. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello, my dear pile number two, and welcome to your reading to everyone who were drawn to the Tiger's Eye crystal, as well as who were drawn to the second card. So let's take a look at what is next in your career, pile number two. The card that you were drawn to is the 10th, and it says temporary situation. So with this card, I feel for you, pile number two, that next in your career, there is kind of some sort of like temporary period or chapter where you might not be having something set in stone. You might not be settling to something or committing to something. What that means, so for some of you, or for the majority of you in pile number two, this might just mean like exploring different things, like giving yourself a bit of a, you know, kind of period of time where you're like exploring a lot of new things, where you're like trying a bunch of new things, like just to understand what you really want. For some of you, this might be that you're going to be getting a job, but you know that it's not going to be like your dream job or like the job where you want to be settling into. This might be some sort of opportunity or offer which is not going to be like a long term, but it's going to offer you you know, some sort of support, some sort of stability for the time being. Okay, so it's going to resonate differently for everyone, of course, since it's a general reading. But let's take a look at your oracles and get to see more about what this temporary situation in terms of your career is going to be, pile number two. All right. Actually, I'm going to start with this different one. Okay, pile number two. Well, let's see. Solitude. In silence, peace prevails. All right. What is next in your career, pile number 2? Ascending the mountain. Keep going forward. You know, in a way, I do feel like there is a similar message like in pile number 1. In case you were drawn to pile number 1, it might be worth checking it out. But each pile has its own unique message. Don't worry too much about it if you didn't feel drawn. You know, I'm just gonna continue with your reading. So I feel when I saw this Solitude card that a lot of you in pile number 2 are going to be going through this transitional time or this temporary situation that is going to be all about either working on your own or wanting to be more on your own, right? Like for some of you, it's going to be like kind of just having no job or no like really kind of career for a while, for just a temporary time, where you're going to be trying a bunch of different things and nothing is just gonna be like proper, you know, proper career. For some of you, it is going to be just wanting to kind of take a step back from everything and just be on your own, kind of have a bit of a vacation, have a bit of a time off where you're like finding a bit of peace, where you're recharging your recharging your batteries, okay, and kind of quieting down, you know, all that noise that maybe you got from the work, you know, that you had previously, like all the pressure and all that. It might be something that a lot of pile number 2 might need. For others, I feel like this might be working on your own in some way, like at least for an amount of time. So this can be working from home, right? Being like kind of on your own without a team, you know, for a while. So let's say maybe you're gonna have some coworkers leave the workplace. You're gonna have to be kind of more on your own for a while. Okay, but I feel like you know, in a way, this time where this temporary situation or like time, you're going to be kind of experiencing this more on your own energy. It's going to like be helpful to you in finding, you know, kind of that sense of peace and feeling grounded, feeling rooted, you know, within yourself. And I also feel that, you know, with this ascending the mountain, it might be like some big kind of project you're working towards. It might be some big goal that you have that maybe you're going to take a bit of a break for a while. And it doesn't mean like you're not going to be progressing and you're going to just scrap everything and just be like, nope, not for me. I feel like it's just you taking some time for yourself. Maybe you've been like putting a lot of pressure on you. Maybe you've been just in this constant productive mode, you know, for a long time. And I feel like you just need a bit of some time for yourself, which is not gonna be, of course, like forever. It's just temporary, right? Maybe some of you like really need a vacation and you're going to be taking that, but I see you keep going forward or being advised by spirit to keep going forward. And that's why I say like your reading does have a bit of a similar message to pile number 1. Like you're being kind of encouraged by spirit to keep going forward, even if you need a break, even if you need a bit of time off, even if you need a little bit of like finding your peace or your sense of peace, or like finding yourself or rediscovering yourself. Do it. Totally, but yeah, take your time, but don't let that stop you forever. Don't give up forever. That is also something in here. Like keep going, keep ascending that mountain, because you're going to reach to that top. Okay, let's pull some other oracles and see more about your career. What's next in your career? Pile number 2, you've got childlike devotion. Okay, it's really small. Hopefully you're able to see that, but I'm going to read it anyway. You are a multi-talented, complex being. Embrace and love who you are. So maybe that is why you need a bit of time. Maybe you've got like all this bunch of maybe creative ideas, or like all these ideas you want to be doing. Again, maybe that's why a lot of you are going to take your time to like try a bunch of stuff and experience a bunch of stuff, because you're like someone who might be having like a lot of inspiration in different directions, or you might be having a lot of passions. You might be a multi-talented, you know, you're a complex being, like each of us are, you know, and it's not as simple sometimes. So I feel like that's why this kind of moment in silence is going to be useful to you. So it's important to, throughout this process of ascending that mountain towards that goal, your career goals, to still embrace who you truly are, okay? And to kind of like not let outside pressure dictate, you know, dictate where you want to be heading towards. Let's see. So I feel like throughout this process, you might be finding also what you truly feel drawn towards, or what your, you know, kind of heart really is calling you towards. And you've got childlike devotion. I feel like some of you might have like a really big dream since childhood, career-wise. And I feel like, although it feels like ascending a huge mountain, I feel that it's still worth embracing. It's still worth, you know, pursuing. Okay? Maybe during this time of exploration, you might be just finding back that, you know, falling in love back with something that you used to want in childhood, right? And kind of follow that. You've got leaping through the air. A plan you have is on track. If you are waiting for something, get to work and stop putting off ideas or projects you are considering. That's what I'm sensing. Like, you, pile number 2, those of you resonating with pile number 2, might be kind of like this kind of people that have so many ideas. You're so creative, you're so multi-talented, but maybe for some of it, this is what this temporary energy is, this tent energy is, that you haven't fully committed to something. Ooh, I'm getting like a really strong kind of new message now for you, pile number 2. I feel like that's going to resonate with a lot of you, that you guys have so much potential, and you've got so many ideas, and you've got so much like you know, so much like creativity and all that, but maybe you're not committing fully to anything, right? And you're constantly just like maybe leaving things halfway through. And maybe that's why Spirit is saying keep going forward, ascend that mountain, even if it feels like it's challenging. You can do it. If it feels like taking a leap, you know, do that. And it's like a plan you have made is on track. Like, kind of like go back to, that's why you have solitude and childlike devotion. Kind of go back a bit like inwards towards like yourself, like what you truly want, or what you truly desire for your career path and plan to be. And I feel like also, since it says you plan you have made is on track, maybe you have something kind of going, but you're not fully committing, or you're not fully like taking action. Maybe you're waiting for something, right? And it says to like stop putting things off aside, you know, to put things off, or to keep maybe procrastinating. Okay, it says get to work, you know, just focus and follow what you're considering and take the action, keep going forward. So also maybe that is a message that is going to be really important for some of you. So I feel like next in your career, you might be finding that inner drive, or kind of like know exactly what you want to be doing, and kind of have that plan and follow it through this time around, right? And stop procrastinating, stop putting things off, you know, ideas, projects, and just like, I see you getting to work, right? Maybe being on your own, kind of like in silence, peace prevails. So maybe you've been just surrounded by a lot of people, or like constantly like trying to collaborate or work with a lot of people, or have a lot of people trying to tell you what to do, right? And kind of just confusing you. So this time around, I see you like being kind of you and yourself in that solitude, peace is prevailing, where you're feeling more peaceful, more grounded. You know where you're heading towards, and you're doing that. Okay, let's take a look at your tarot cards now. Pile number 2. 2 of Wands. Literally, this is a card about someone who's having a lot of plans, who's looking forward to a lot of things, who's envisioning a lot of things, who's very creative, who's looking forward, you know, to the future, or like imagining and picturing the future, putting intentions in there, but not really taking action. So I feel like that is something that you're going to be starting to do next in your career. 2 of Swords. I feel this is it. This is the main message of your reading, and I feel like you've been kind of feeling stuck and lost, and you've been experiencing this blockage. I'm hearing creative blockage for some of you. Sometimes, you know, that is that kind of expression of the I think actually it is a thing of writers block or blockage, or just like any creative person. So I feel like you're going to overcome that. Okay, 2 of Cups. Wow. Okay, so I'm sensing here you've either falling in love with something and just sticking to it, like emerging fully into that, or falling back in love, or like finding your love that you had as a child for something and moving forward with that, kind of embracing that fully, kind of like finding yourself, or like just finding what truly is resonating with you. Okay, 9 of Swords. I feel like a lot of you have been feeling really stressed, really anxious, unsettled when it comes to your career. Maybe you were having a lot of pressure on yourself. Maybe you were putting yourself like a lot of pressure. Maybe you've been very anxious and worried, and these inner fears were holding you back from leaping through the air towards your projects and ideas. So whatever this is, I see you overcoming it. Like, I see you finding that inner peace, right? Let's pull one more card, and you've got, yes, 7 of Wands. Oh my god, 7 of Wands. And this card is all about fighting through those obstacles and overcoming those, like not giving up. So even though these plans, these ideas, these projects, these goals might seem like a huge mountain to ascend to, and it might feel very daunting, I see you not backing off, okay, and not putting things off from pursuing this time around. And I feel like you actually pursuing your biggest dreams and goals this time around, okay, which is going to really be very fulfilling. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like with the 2 of Cups, this is like finding yourself, or finding your path, finding your purpose as well, finding meaning, finding depth, and you know, this path, like really feeling like it's enriching your life. Okay, so I feel like it's more than just your career. I feel like it's also going to have a great impact, a positive impact overall, you know, on you, pile number 2. Okay, so this is everything that I have for you today about what is next in your career. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to hit like and also subscribe to the channel to not miss any of my future readings. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sending so much love and blessings. Take care and see you soon. Bye bye. Hi my dear pile number 3, and welcome to your reading to everyone who were drawn to the Amethyst crystal, as well as who were drawn to the 3rd card. And let's take a look at what is next in your career, pile number 3. The card that you were drawn to is Rainbow, and it says the most difficult part of a situation is over. So I feel like those of you that were drawn to pile number 3, you are experiencing some sort of obstacle or challenge that with the rainbow, it says that the most difficult part of this situation is over. You're about to overcome these issues or these obstacles, okay? Or if you've been having a bit of more like rough patch during your career or your work, or like really challenging pressure days, I feel like that is also about to be over. The rainbow comes, you know, after a rainy, after a big rain, you know, like after maybe a cloudy, rainy day. And it feels like you know, it's kind of like that hope, you know, that is appearing on your sky, metaphorically speaking, like career-wise. And I feel like literally life is gonna start to get easier, or things are just gonna start to fall into this new chapter that is so much more easier, relaxed, or like effortless, you know, for you career-wise. So with the rainbow, I really sense this kind of joy, this kind of sense of, you know, hope and relaxation that could be something you're about to experience when it comes to your career. This also can be, you know, especially for those of you, let's say, that were, you know, trying to strive with something in regards to your business. If you were trying to like overcome again some challenges when it comes to your own job, to what your job kind of is asking you to do, like your responsibilities, I feel like also that is something that you're soon going to be overcoming. This also can be like an opportunity coming in for you that is going to bring that hope and is going to help lighten things up, or just finding a solution, finding kind of that, you know, like that positivity after a more tougher period of time career-wise. Now let's take a look at your oracles, pile number 3, and see what is coming towards you next in your career. What is next in your career, pile number 3? Oh, okay. So you have here surrendering to the journey, and it says release control. All right. And in pass, reflect and redirect your energy. So yeah, it feels like you might be in an impasse, like in a situation that feels difficult, makes you feel stuck. And I see that by learning to release control, okay, and learning to let go, and learning to find that power to like not always have to feel in control in order to feel stable or secure, that is going to really take off a major weight of your shoulders. And I feel like that is going to be like the outcome of you reflecting a lot over your past actions, your, you know, kind of past situations, and like kind of seeing, stopping and look at the whole perspective of things when it comes to your career, and learning how to redirect your energy. So that can look like, for some of you, redirecting and focusing your energy on yourself, on your personal life, and not really putting so much emphasis on like what's going on at your job, at your workplace. Maybe for some of you, it's going to be not putting so much pressure on having to choose something or having to do something like career-wise, and like just taking the pressure away, you know, by surrendering and having trust into, you know, divine timing, into trusting the journey, yeah, and learning how to navigate this impasse, you know, through like redirecting your energy and not putting all the pressure on you or on that specific area of your life, right? So that's why I feel like with the rainbow, you know, the most difficult part of a situation is over, because I feel like you're going to be learning how to release control, how to let go of, you know, maybe that resistance towards new kind of opportunities or change, or the way circumstances shift when it comes to your career, okay? Let's take a look at what else is coming through for you, pile number 3. And you've got resilience. There is no need to rush or push. Precisely. This is a time to take things as they come. Oh my God. Like that is so just adding up, you know, perfectly to the message before. So surrendering means letting go, releasing, allowing things to happen the way they, you know, are meant to happen. Kind of just like not caring and not keeping, you know, that intention there, not keeping, like, if you're trying to manifest something, it's not about like giving up, but rather like taking that pressure off by constantly feeling like so tense because you're always in this need to feel in control. Sometimes even with manifesting, if you're constantly like trying to control everything, like manifestation doesn't happen like that. I know it's easier said than done, but manifestation comes from allowing, right? Like knowing that is already yours, knowing that it's coming in no matter what, and that you're just simply allowing for it to enter your life, right? So not by controlling and by being so stressed and adding pressure and all that. So it says that is no need to rush or push. Yeah, like you might feel like you're in an impasse, or like you're going through some struggles, or like you're facing some obstacles, and by pushing or rushing or like again adding all that pressure, it's not going to help you in any way, Spirit is saying. And I feel like that is something that you're going to learn career-wise. That is something that you're going to be understanding, and you're going to like find kind of like answers and lessons during this time by reflecting and redirecting your energy, right? For the time being, this is a time to take things as they come. Yes, to surrender, to just allow them to come as they are, as they are. And it says you have the determination and patience to handle what is happening. So Spirit is just like reassuring that you've got this, and I'm sensing like you've got the determination, okay? You've got what it takes, but also patience is a really important tool sometimes to have to handle this current impasse or this situation. You're being reassured that the most difficult part of this situation is over. Like soon you're going to see that rainbow appearing on your sky, and things are gonna get so much better. So just kind of cultivate resilience for the time being. I see you cultivating resilience and learning how to navigate change and more difficult situations by surrendering and by releasing control, okay? You also have take note, and it says your answers are being given to you. Quieting external voices and excessive noise will give you the chance to hear what it is being offered. Okay, so you've got reflect and redirect your energy. So it's all about coming in words. Maybe you're going to be starting journaling, maybe writing down, like literally taking notes about your thoughts, about your ideas, about what is going on with you, like journaling. And that can help you kind of learn how to like point out at the need for control, which is really adding so much pressure, and learning how to navigate your emotions, because you're going to be naming them, you're going to be like seeing them, right, and addressing them. And even if you feel like you're being at an impasse, right, and you don't know maybe what to head towards, or like you don't know what is next for you, I feel like by allowing and releasing and surrendering to the journey is like being okay with not knowing what is next, because you trust that you're going to get to where you're meant to be, and you're trusting that everything is going to be okay. Again, manifestation is all about trusting. Even if things seem like they're not going that direction, you know, there is like a bigger kind of purpose or meaning behind that, and your answers are being given to you. So it's important to kind of stop and listen, and to kind of quiet down all that outside noise. If people are trying to tell you what to do, if like you've got external voices, if you've got excessive, you know, noise from coming in from people, coming in from society, coming in from your family, coming in from your own, like I feel for a lot of it's going to be about your own internal critic, right? And I see you kind of learning how to navigate that in terms of your career. Okay, and this is gonna give you the chance to hear what you know what you really are being offered, like to kind of notice and see the opportunities better, and to embrace, you know, things in a more lighthearted way. Now let's take a look at your tarot cards, now pile number 3, and see more about what is coming next in your career. You've got the 9 of Swords, which is a card of feeling stressed, feeling overwhelmed, feeling like even not being able to sleep properly, to rest, like restless energy, unsettling energy. And that is all because of, yes, this impasse, which it's human, you know, it's normal to feel that way. But I feel like precisely this kind of chapter in your career is gonna teach you how to surrender and how to let go of all that pressure or all that background noise. Okay, let's see. Like, stressing and worrying, oftentimes it is linked to, you know, the future, what is next, how things are going to be. And I feel like you're going to be learning how to be okay with shifts, with change, and also with just allowing, you know. Seven of Cups, literally, this is a card of feeling lost. It might be how you're feeling currently. It might be all about like all the outside noise, people trying to tell you what to do career-wise, people trying to push you and add pressure on you. This is like your own kind of mind spiraling and not knowing what is right, what is wrong, what to do, like feeling lost and confused. And I feel like you're going to be finding those answers career-wise in your path, and also where to, like, through reflection. And you're going to find where to redirect your energy. Where is better for you to put all your energy than just waste it, you know, on like stress or anxiety or like need for control or on other people. 10 of Swords. Yeah, it is a difficult situation. I feel like I'm getting this energy of feeling deceived, feeling heartbroken, feeling disappointed, feeling down, you know, feeling unmotivated. And I feel like you're learning resilience through this process, and you're also learning how to let go and how to kind of just, you know, navigate such situation. And I also feel like you're also going to be learning not to add yourself so much pressure, and kind of like allow, yeah, like the offers coming in from the universe, you know, to just be seen and embraced by you, by not blocking them out with this like more kind of negative, maybe even victim mindset for some of you. I'm not saying it's something that you're just faking, right? Like, or it's like, of course it's easier said than done. I do feel you going through a lot of hardship. Remember how I said like weight on your shoulders? There's a lot of that. Maybe it's like because of responsibilities, maybe it's like something, yeah, in here. But rainbow is about to come in on your sky. So in case you're like, oh my god, is this ever gonna like change for the better? Yes, things are getting better. And like literally 10 of Wands is a card of like that last push. And like you soon, because it's 10 is the last card of this suit, you soon like refreshing through this chapter and getting into a different kind of cycle where things are getting easier, where you're overcoming something, where you're succeeding finally at something, and you're like, you went through the most difficult part. And that is also exactly what this card is saying. So that is your confirmation. Things are soon gonna be easier for you career-wise. You're going to soon find a lot of progress and seamless, smooth, yeah, like progress in your career. Let's see what else is coming through. We're gonna pick up one more tarot card for pile number 3. Okay, you've got 7 of Pentacles. I love that for you. And this means looking back and being really proud of yourself. First of all, I see you having so many achievements and accomplishments, especially financially, like career-wise, right? This is like the Pentacles all represent real valuable accomplishments that are bringing you long-term either stability, wealth, prosperity, you know, achievements that are there to stay and that are really meaningful to you. And also it looks like, you know, just being proud of yourself and being like counting your blessings, counting your accomplishments, really taking the time to celebrate your wins and your, like, yeah, your achievements, you know, the milestones that you hit, and also the amount of growth that has happened, you know, during this time for you. So pile number 3, this is everything that I have for you today about what is next in your career. I really hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, don't forget to hit like and also subscribe to the channel for more readings like this. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sending you so much love and blessings. Until then, see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.